Hello Martimer, my old friend. You guys remember Martimer, right? Our good old Rimworld entrepreneur turned trillionaire. Also an honest, honorable, and law-abiding citizen. Well, he's been busy observing a little Rimworlder who's been attempting to establish her own utopia using puppets. But Martimer sees one teeny tiny little problem with what she's doing. She's relying on other people, and not just any other people. She's relying on Rimworlders. So inefficient. She could have been doing something far more efficient with her powers. By doing something like this. Hello dog, welcome to the Dog Collective. A hive mind made of subservient yous. A dream come true. Not only do you have an efficient workforce, but this workforce transfers its knowledge to you. So that you can just sit your ass around and wander around the base. How convenient. And the thing about Martimer is that he is no mere Rimworlder. Some would say that he is a D-O-G. And so he needs to obtain the skills to prove it. No longer will he be satisfied by these low skill levels. But first, a base. We have a lot of work ahead of us because we need to start mass producing clones. And that's going to need a lot of resources. Resources which will be obtained mostly from mining, located by these ground penetrating scanners. One for steel, one for plasteel, and one for gold. Let's get to work. And it looks like we've managed to scan some plasteel, some gold, but I don't really need any of that right now. There we go, steel. And I think that's all we got for now. They're all pretty far away, so let's just wait some more. Let's see. Okay, this is on the exact opposite end of the other one. Well, not much of a choice left. Let's build some spaghetti conduits and a few mines. Yes, the option to name ourselves. I haven't really thought this through, but we're definitely not going to be called the Utility Bot Village. These are not utility bots. So I'll just call it an inspiring name like the Dog Center. Maybe the Center of Dog was a better idea. Oh well, too bad there's no option to go back. Well, time to strip mine the land and leave it empty for the future generations. And look at my XP. All three of my puppets are contributing to this. And one day we will ascend into true godhood. But gods still require a bathroom. Even clones need bathrooms. Or else they might contract diarrhea, just like in the medieval times. It's a shame you can't skip your poop to another world or dimension. You can teleport whole people but not poop? Come on now. Well, nothing to be done except build toilets and showers. And also we default back to the toxifier generator, which gives us a lot of power while producing a lot of pollution, which will be converted to resources eventually. And luckily our ground penetrating scanner detects some steel right beside them. And since we are no longer abusing the market, I no longer have an unlimited supply of advanced and basic components. So I better start making an efficient workshop, lined with a lot of auxiliary benches to speed up production. And we do attract the attention of some idiots in beanies, armed with clubs and knives. And what are clubs and knives against a bunch of clones wielding Gauss rifles? Gauss rifles that accelerate projectiles that will pierce through everything, including multiple bodies. And the warband of idiots is very dead. See, this is why I don't go with Rimworlders. They're idiots. Well, better take the last one out. Ooh, it looks like I've hit myself. Oh, and there we go again. Okay, these Gauss rifles are actually pretty dangerous. No more running around with dangerous objects. Next time, we stay in a line formation and wait for the enemy. Well, back to strip mining the land of every single resource. We also need food for the clones. Now, I don't know what the most efficient crop is, but I do like the idea of milk. And so we're gonna grow oats for oat milk. We are now ready to start cloning. And 3 will be 6, eventually. But all this cloning business has made Martimer Prime very tired. And while he's sleeping away, he's still gaining knowledge. God, I wish I had that power when I was in college. But that would probably mean end-stage liver disease for me. Because everyone knows more time in college means more time spent drinking. So maybe this is for the best. Enjoy your short nap, Martimer. And he wakes just in time to help defend the base. Not that our clones can't defend themselves, but Martimer does carry a peculiar hatred for bugs. It's time to burn them with laser fire. And leave a bunch of usable corpses, which can then be fed to the growth vats. Don't worry, they'll never know. And our first clones have been born. Or grown. And now we just have to wait for them to grow up. Or at least reach the age of 3. Because at that age they can finally wield weapons. And grow facial hair apparently. Both of which help with the defense of our base. Such as these bloodthirsty bugs, who seem very eager to feast on some young meat. Now don't ask me how those tiny little hands can handle Gauss rifle recoil. All I know is those bugs are dead, and hopefully we're not. We're safer now. Remind me not to mine inside of my base. Gauss weapons can be dangerous to yourself in very tight enclosed spaces. Oh look, 3 more clones. who will eventually become rifle-wielding miners, or rifle-wielding minors, probably both. The children always yearn for the mines, and it's good to expose them to violence this early, because there's no shortage of violence in the Rimworld, like this Mechanoid cluster. Well, time to destroy it. I was expecting it to last a lot shorter than that, and we have one dead. Oh, and there's one turret hidden right over there. But that's alright, with the power of cloning we can just make more. But for some inexplicable reason, he's alive. I don't remember giving you the gene for Deathless, which would explain 100% why you're still alive. But we shall not question any blessings. But looks like I'm unable to lose any clones either. These are not expected parameters, but they are welcome nonetheless. And as a testament to the violence that exists in the Rimworld, we get another one shortly thereafter. This time we shall not lose anyone, especially since these are just bugs, and they don't have any ranged weaponry, which makes them easy pickings for Gauss-wielding riflemen. And since we got 2 raids in sequence, I think it's a good time to split our mine, which will render Martimer and his puppets totally comatose, which annoyingly also drops their equipment, and I have to re-equip them every time I do this. That is quite a hassle, and probably the only thing I heavily dislike about this mod. I wish there was a mod that would let my pawns just automatically equip weapons whenever I draft them. If you've seen any mods like that, please feel free to comment down below. And at this point in the game, Martimer is pretty much comatose all of the time. Good thing we've got a strong base to work with. And Martimer's skills are, well, they're improving, but we gotta amp this up quickly. And our first 3 clones are now teenagers, I guess. And for some reason, that makes them lose all their facial hair they had when they were kids. Must be from all the insect meat we've been feeding them. They're still valuable, hardworking clones, so we'll keep them. Hopefully, they'll regain their facial hair once they reach adulthood. And now, we wait.
One eternity later.
After strip mining the world of increasing amounts of resources, we get enough resources to replace most of our base with plasteel. First by starting with the walls, and then working our way through the floors. We increase our food production by a significant amount in order to feed our future clones. Meanwhile, Martimer is out there splitting his mind as many times as he is able, each time going into increasingly longer comas, sometimes even reaching an entire day, and utilizing all of that extra bandwidth to incorporate more of our clones into our hive mind. Eventually, many clones were created, and most were incorporated into the hive mind. Or the dog mine? The dog hive mine? The god mine? I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it the hive mine. And all this wealth, of course, attracts a few raiders, like Mechanoids armed with lasers that pierce through Dog's shielding. Thankfully, Dog doesn't care about light laser breezes or projectile weapons, and neither does he care about some dumb, stupid insects, who are easily decimated by Gauss weapons and transformed into a nice insect burger, or stuffed inside our homegrown bell peppers. Insect meat on bell pepper. Sounds great. I do build the kill box, and I don't know if this is a good kill box. Maybe it's a bit too small. All I know is that it should open wide, and that it should funnel. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've built one. So I'm just gonna double wall my base with armored plasteel walls, which is supposed to be hard for sappers to mine through. But I usually go on the offensive first, so I have personally also never experienced this. And after all of that is said and done, Martimer has gained a lot of experience, especially in construction and mining, while he's mostly asleep or in a coma. And I'm ready to proceed to the last thing I want to do in this playthrough. Sorry Martimer, but you're gonna have to wake up now and gather all of our puppets in one area, because puppeteers have one powerful ability. They can actually make their puppets explode, and are supposed to absorb their XP and gain some Psycaster experience after doing it. And this clone will be the first. And let's do it near some corpses, that way we can clean up their base as well. Don't you love efficiency? And now you shall explode, which obliterates everything around him except for the things he's actually carrying. How strange. But it doesn't look like any of my skills have actually increased. Oh well, let's go for round 2 then. Nope, still nothing. Man, I thought that was going to work. Now we're stuck at this level. Okay, this little experiment is a partial failure. Time to dispose of all the trash. Good night, the dog Hivemind, except for a few holdouts. They will be disposed of eventually though. And that concludes this attempt. I wonder what dog will think of next. Maybe it's time to start making money again. The thing Martimer is good at. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. I typically release weekly Rimworld videos and monthly MMO content. If you want to see Martimer become a billionaire or a trillionaire, click on this playlist to your right. And if you want to see some MMO content, check out the series I started on the playlist to your left. That is all organ farmies, and thank you for watching.